Okay, take 3. Today is Wednesday, September 6th, 2023. And Isaiah and I just found out a few days ago that we are pregnant with our first little baby. And we are very thrilled. So in true Dana fashion, this started on Friday night. Well, it started earlier than that, but our finding out. So Friday night, we are watching a documentary and a commercial comes on for a Clear Blue pregnancy test, the one that says pregnant or not pregnant. It doesn't do the line thing. So I made a comment like, oh, that's for the people who can't tell if there's a line or not. And so whatever, we don't think anything of it. And then that night I had a very vivid dream. I usually do not remember my dreams, but I woke up and I was like, that was such a vivid dream. So I have these little test strips, like they're pregnancy tests, but they're like test strips. They came in a pack with some LH strips and I didn't even know they were coming in the pack. So anyway, I had like 10 and I have used 8 of them, I think. Just kind of willy-nilly, not even when I would have been pregnant. I just kind of wanted to take one and hope that it showed up. But it didn't. So I'm thinking I need to be mindful of how I use these last 2, because if I just waste them like I have with all the other ones, then whatever. But I was like, I had this dream, so I need to go take one of those test strips, do one of those test strips right now. And so, you know, you pee in the cup and then you stick the thing in the cup and the control line pops up right away. And so I'm sitting there thinking, oh, it's so annoying that the control line pops up right away, but the other one doesn't pop up. And if it was gonna pop up, it would probably do it at the same time that the control line does, but it didn't, so I probably just wasted another one. And then I have this dumb thought, oh, I should just see where the line should be. And so I'm staring at the thing, and then I can start to see where the line is supposed to be. And I'm like, oh, that's where the line's supposed to be. And then I was like, oh, that's where the line's supposed to be. And so then I go to the kitchen and grab Frosty, and I'm like, I need you to come look at something with your eyes. And so I just take him to the bathroom and I point at the test strip and say, I've just never seen that line before. And he's like, starts freaking out. He's like, oh my gosh, you're pregnant. And so I am like, okay, let's get ready and then we'll go to the store and get an actual pregnancy test, because these ones are just so wimpy. It feels like, you want like a legit one. So I start getting ready and he's like, are you gonna do your whole morning routine? And my whole morning routine is brush my teeth, wash my face, put moisturizer on, put my earrings in, my rings on, get dressed, Flonase makeup setting spray, and that's it, and deodorant. So it's not very extensive. And so I said no and then proceeded to just do the whole thing because it doesn't take that long. And so then we go to the store and I'm looking at which tests are on sale and like what's gonna be the best deal. And he's like, it doesn't matter. And so we ended up buying a pack of 2 of those ones like the commercial I saw where it literally says pregnant or not pregnant, because in that moment I'm like, oh, this makes so much sense. And so we bought those, bought some milk, went back home, and I still have the cup because you're supposed to use like the pee from the very like beginning of the day, the first time in the morning. And so I just stick it in there for the 20 seconds and then like lay it on the ground. And I come out to the living room and I'm cleaning up or something, just distracting myself. And he's like, what are you doing? Why are you taking the test? And I was like, I am, it's going. And so it was like 3 minutes go by and it just pops up, pregnant. Yeah, we were very excited. And so then that Saturday, we told some of our friends Saturday, and then our family on Sunday or Monday. I don't know, it was so good. But Monday was Labor Day. And so I couldn't go to the doctor or anything. So on Tuesday morning at like 8 o'clock, I'm calling the doctor. I get an appointment for that afternoon, and like an hour before the appointment I was feeling like I'm just crazy, it's not actually happening. So I took the other test that was in the pack and it said pregnant. So I have 2 tests that say pregnant. They were like, well, drink a bunch, like make sure you come in with a full bladder, because I'm thinking they're just gonna do like the urine test again, and that's what they said. And so I drank a shit ton of water before my appointment. I drank a bunch of water before my appointment. Then I get in and they're like, so what brings you in today? And I was like, well, I think I'm pregnant. And they're like, oh, so do you want to know dates and everything? And I was like, I don't know. This is my first time being pregnant. I mean, I guess if I can. She's like, okay, well, the doctor will be in soon. And I'm thinking like I was gonna go to the doctor and literally just like pee in a cup and they would test it and be like, yep, you're pregnant. And I'd be like, okay. But no, so the doctor comes in and he starts asking me these questions like, oh, so you think you're pregnant? When was that your last period? And how long is your cycle? And I knew exactly when my last period was and exactly how long my average cycle is because I've been tracking my cycle for nearly the past 2 years, actually longer, but this certain method for the last 2 years. So I'm like August 8th and 28 days. And so he does the calculation and says, okay, your due date is May 14th. And I was like, well, that's funny because that's my birthday. And he just thought that was so funny. After that happened, I suspect it's a girl because my theory is that only a girl would do that. So, and then I didn't have to pee. So I just had this full bladder the whole time and they just draw blood and compare it to like, they can tell from the dates, the HCG, they can tell how far along you are. And so he got back to me today and said it lines up with what I told him, so that's my due date. And we are super excited. Right now, the little baby is the size of a poppy seed. It's gonna be an interesting pregnancy because we have a lot of other things happening at the same time. So this feels funny to do because, well, that's dark. Because it feels like, oh, this is how my body has always been. This is how my body will always be. But because I'm about to grow a big belly bump, this is what we're 4 weeks. My body has been ready to produce a baby. 4 weeks, 4 weeks, pregnant Dina.